Hey YouTube, this is Dean making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. Saturday. Happy Flint and Steel Saturday, everyone. Let's get on to it. Okay, Andrew Kirkham, snail, Scottish snail, striker. Quartzite, that's only because I'm using my cattail fluff. This rock seems to be going like a champ. I've been using it for my quartzite. As you can see, it's got the cattail residue on it, and for some reason it just seems to be working. You can see the edge is even chipped out really badly, but for some reason this one has been a champ for it. As I said over the last couple of videos, I've been saying I'm going to do cattail fluff transferred onto a cattail head into a bird's nest. Haven't actually used this one. This is an idea off Dan. I'm going to actually not use it because I've tried using it once and I wasn't proper in its design yet. I'm going to have to open up the opening here. So I looked at Dan from Blind Our Bushcraft one of this. This is a tinder holder for holding your bird's nests and blowing them into flame without getting your hands burnt. Fantastic idea. But I didn't cut the opening up wide enough so you can get your bird's nests in there properly and get everything going. So I'll have to cut it open, but for the moment it won't be very good. But it was good there to hold my bird's nests while I'm doing the demonstration. So actually I will leave it in there for the moment. I'm using pine needles. Hopefully it won't make too much bloody smoke, because that is always a concern at the moment. And as pine needles do their thing, it's all over the joint. One thing I will do, and as this is going, I don't want to be too drawn out, but this cattail head will take a little bit to get going. So this might be a little bit longer video than normal. I don't like to make them too long. Because this cattail stuff does take a bit to get going, be generous with it. Otherwise it'll end up making you look like an idiot. Let's get going anyway. A couple of commenters, Mike Bruner I think was saying about cattail fluff being a flash tinder, and it is. But once you nitrate it, it does ironically seem to slow it down a little bit. It doesn't seem to flash up as much if your solution's right. So that's one thing I have found with it. You hit it with a titanium striker normally, unnitrated, and it just, boof, it's gone. So that is one thing I found with the nitrated cattail heads or fluff. They seem to slows it down for some reason. There we go. a bit hot. One thing I am doing is trying to get as much of the cattail head just to speed this process up a bit for us all. Otherwise we'll be here all day. Now, basically that whole head, I'll just put it there for a second. That whole head is basically, I probably didn't need all that head on, and this is just overkill probably. And I've got that much cattail head in there and fluff. This is probably just going to burst into flame anyway. But as far as putting things into flame, you can never be too overkill with it. This is going to smoke like anything, obviously. There we go. Nitrated cattail fluff with a cattail head as a coal extender, using pine needles as my bird's nest, blown into flame. And as usual, it is messy. Thankfully, it wasn't too much of a drama. But with any of this sort of stuff, and that's going to be too much, I'll put that there and put that on there to stop that all carrying on like a pork chop, because I don't want it to do exactly what it's doing. With these cattail stuff, as I said, you want to never be too stingy. It's like char cloth. You never want it to be too stingy with it, because it does burn up fairly quickly, and it does tend to need a lot of it to generate the heat. It does burn fairly hot, but you got to use as much of it as you possibly can. I probably used way too much of it then, but as you saw, it did tend to burn up fairly quickly. But anyway, I'm going over what I've already said. So anyway, I'll sign off from here. Stay safe, Thanks for watching. Happy Flint and Steel Saturday, everyone.